everybody, it's Will and Christian here. We just started a 2-day hike on the Appalachian Trail. We're hiking from Caledonia to Penmar this weekend. Do about 10 miles today, probably around 8.5 tomorrow to get us to where our car was dropped off. Right now, kind of breezing through the Caledonia State Park. It's actually pretty nice groomed trails in here. I'm sure it'll be a different story once we get across the road and start going up the mountain. Hoping the snow and ice won't be too much of an issue today. Just finished our first major climb, and now we're actually enjoying a nice long straight, fairly flat and level trail. It's pretty groomed, as you can see. So kind of a nice little reward, because that last climb was pretty much straight up the mountain. We had to ended up shedding our coats, shedding our jackets, and I think when we get to the next shelter here, we'll be shedding. I'm going to be shedding my thermals. I know that. Christian said he is too, because you definitely don't want to sweat when you're hiking when it's cold like this, and we're going to need those clothes to be nice, dry, and fresh today when we make camp, so we stay warm tonight. So as soon as we find the shelter, we're going to be taking those off. In the meantime, we're going to enjoy this nice easygoing part of the trail. Well, so much for the nice easygoing trail. The trail suddenly turned, and we had to go up that. And if you can look, if I can do this without falling, look behind me, you can see some pretty good rock formations. So, pretty cool. Hopefully we don't have to scramble across these for very long, because that'll make for a long day. So, we're going to continue on here. Taking a short break. We decided not to wait to the next shelter to get rid of the thermals and stuff, so we kind of found a nice spot along the trail and got rid of that stuff. So now it's mid-January, we're hiking with just shirts and just pants, nothing else, and we're actually pretty comfortable. At least I am. I don't know about you. You're hot. Yeah, a little hot. So we're still working our way to that first shelter, and then We'll probably take lunch either there or sometime shortly after that, and then push on and try to get to our shelter where we want to stay before before it gets dark. We don't really want a night hike. At least I don't. So we'll give it a shot. Spoke too soon a little earlier ago. We walked maybe another, minute? And came across a sign for the Rocky Mountain Shelter. That's down that way. We're not going to walk down to that. That's another 3/10 of a mile and another half mile to water. So we're going to continue on the trail this way and then stop at some point for lunch. Well, we stopped for our lunch break today here along the trail. Nice set of old concrete blocks. I'm not sure what they came from. But, we ran across a few people today, but not too many yet. So we're getting kind of hungry. It's time to take a little break. Covered a fair bit of ground since the last stop. The folks we just talked to said 233 is right down the trail here. So. That gives us an idea where we're at, and I'll use my GPS and plot it on the map just so I know for sure how far we got to go. So right now I'm heating up some water for some tea, and then I'm gonna heat up some water for my ramen noodles. Great big nice lunch, huh? And then we'll move on. There's Christian's kitchen. There's the master chef. I think this is the first time he's used his stove, so let's see how it goes. Looks like you almost have a boil already. And that's for my tea. I think it's about ready. So I'm going to turn this off, make my tea, and then heat up my water for my dinner. Just past the town of South Mountain, I believe, and across 233, and now we're kind of walking in these lower lands here. It's pretty even hiking. I'm not complaining. I think we have another 5K, maybe 6K to go until we hit our campsite. So we're gonna keep trudging along. Hopefully, stays easy going like this for a while. Taking a break. We stopped on this is actually a gas line. Check out the view behind me. It's pretty awesome. You can see forever.
No bicycles permitted.
Where do you see that?
On the tree.
Oh, that's funny. Yep. I think we're getting pretty close to the shelters we're aiming for. Maybe another mile and a half, maybe 2. It's 2:30 now, so we still got plenty of daylight. I wanted to get to the shelters in enough time to be able to set up while it's still light out, and be able to relax a little bit while it's still light out too. So I think we're in good shape for that. We'll see. Otherwise, check out the view. I think we finally made it to our shelter. Tumbling Run Shelter. I can hear the waterfall. Oh, this is cool. Got a pavilion, clotheslines. So this is the normal shelter. And that is the snoring shelter. And tent sites are down here. Looks like a fire ring kind of deal down there. Let's check out the, oh yeah, fire ring right there. Band shelter. Ditches packs. What's the board say? Ah, it feels good. Packless.
Here's the logbook.
Yeah, we'll fill it out. I just kind of want to look around here a little bit. Little pavilion. Some tables. Clothes.
I like this one.
Huh?
The best out of all.
Yeah. Plus, I'm hoping we have it to ourselves too. Let's go check out the stream. We're walking down to where the spring is for the shelter. It says it's across the spring is across the stream.
You might want to put your phone away.
I think we'll be getting our water from that little run up there. See if I can do this without falling. Is that dry? Hey, we made it. It's the spring. Did you just hear car doors? Alright, I'm heading that way too in a few minutes. It's a nice pipe. Get water from the spring. The spring goes down, runs into the stream down there. So we just walked over there to where the spring is for the shelter. So on the other side of the stream. I actually think I'm going to get my water from here. Because we're going to be filtering it anyway. So, and it's a little closer to the shelters. The shelters are right over the hill there. So, next thing we have to do is figure out where we're going to set up our hammocks and get those set up and put our sleeping bags in them so that the sleeping bags have time to loft up. And that way they keep us the warmest. Getting our camp all set up. There's Christian's set up in his hammock. There's my hammock. There's like the fire pit down there. and the privy, one beyond there. I can see that. There's the actual shelters, the pavilion. So, get finished up here, go fetch some water, get it filtered up, and then we can kind of kick back and relax. Okay, we're going to get our water from the train here. We'll fill these bags up, and then we'll take them back up and we'll run them through the filter into our water bladders. One. That bag's 2 liters, this one's 1 liter, and then that one's 16 ounces. Ice cold. You probably have to come back because both of our water bladders are empty. And those are 64 ounces. So
We'll do that tomorrow.
Huh?
We'll do that tomorrow.
Alright. So we have the water, and we'll go up and show you guys how we filter it out. Alright, so now we're going to use this filter and filter up the water straight into the water bladder here. Pretty easy. Filter on, cap off, nozzle where you need it. And you just kind of, I squeeze the bag to get it started, and then what I'll do is start to roll it. It's a pretty fast filter, and it beats the heck out of pumps. One second. Get everything so it cooperates. So there, just in a minute or so, I just filtered 32 ounces of water. And we'll go ahead and do these other bags just the same. But I'm pretty happy with this water filter. It's pretty fast, pretty easy to use. It's hard for somebody like me to mess up. So, and it's it's a Sawyer squeeze. And we picked this up at Outdoor World. So we did. Morning, everybody. Just woke up. Kind of chilling out here in the hammock for a little bit. A little cold out, so not really looking forward to getting out of the bag. So we'll get up and rolling and get packed up and hit the trail here soon. After breakfast, though. We just started our second day of hiking. We spent the night at the Tumbling Run Shelter, which, by the way, is probably one of the best shelters I've been to. I highly recommend that one. We're hiking from there to Penmar Park. So I think we got about 9 miles, 8 or 9 miles to go today.
Met Mom and Lola.
Yeah. And I don't think our climbs are going to be quite as bad as yesterday. Yesterday it seemed like we spent all day going up, and then the very last mile was completely downhill, which was hard on the knees, but we finally made it to camp. So we're head here. We're coming up on a road crossing now. I'm not sure which road it is though. I'll look later on the map and figure out which one it is. At least they're being nice and giving us a nice gentle start. It's probably right before they nail us with a giant uphill. What? Yeah. Yeah. Just came up on the Antietam shelter. It's a little more primitive than the one we stayed at last night. It's only about a mile down the trail. Looks like somebody spent the night here last night. This little shelter. And then got the creek across the way. So we're not staying here long. We just wanted to check out how the shelter was here, and we'll keep moving. Well, we made it to the Deer Lick shelters after what seemed to be there's Christian crashed on the table. An uphill hike. I think we were hiking uphill for a solid hour at least. You clear a ridge and look up, and there's a ridge just as big in front of you. So these shelters aren't too bad. And then tent site and a privy behind. Yeah, the fire rings are huge. And then sign for the spring up here. There's a pretty good spring on the way. Check out the spring. Not much of a spring right here. I know that there's a pretty good spring one down the hill, so I don't know. Maybe they should move that sign. But we're gonna take a break here and continue on our way. Christian's crashing. Well, we just stopped for a short break to eat our lunch. We just crossed the road. I think we're near, I think it's called Beartown. I think we have another 3.5K to go before we get to our car. So I'm kind of wrapping this hike up. Actually a pretty good hike so far. No major problems or anything like that. And kind of enjoying the terrain on this trail in particular. This is kind of neat.
Where'd that trail come from?
I don't know. It came out of nowhere. Well, we're just finishing up our hike. There's Christian. Gave us kind of a tough uphill as the last hurrah. Luckily, we get to walk along these power lines a little bit until we get to our car. But that's a pretty fun hike. Yeah, definitely 2 full days. Wow, it's 2:15 now, so maybe a day and 3/4. But we're just now finishing up. You can see the car across the road there. We finished up our hike, and since we were so close to the Penmore Park, we decided to drive over here real quick and check out the overlook. Pretty cool view. I think Christian's wiped out. So I think we're going to wrap things up and go home and catch you guys on the next hike.